What if I told you that your real age might not be the same as the age on your driver's license? You could be 50 years old, but biologically 32, or the opposite. Today, I have something with me called the TruAge Biological Age Test, which sees how fast my body is actually aging. So most people think that aging is just about your birthday, but scientists now know that your body ages based on how your genes are expressed, something called epigenetics. So this TruAge test will measure tiny chemical markers in my DNA called methylation patterns. Basically, it analyzes thousands of signals in your blood to estimate your biological age. This is the same kind of testing used by longevity researchers, biohackers, and people like Brian Johnson trying to slow down his aging. So the idea is simple. If you improve things like your sleep, your diet, if you exercise more, if you reduce stress, if you take supplements, or maybe if you take peptides, all of these things can affect the biomarkers on this test. So your biological age could actually go down over time. So the process is pretty simple. There's going to be a finger prick machine or a little thing in here, and then I'm going to mail it back to the lab, and a few weeks later, I'm going to get a full report. So let's open it up. It's pretty straightforward. Here's your little biohazard bag, because we're going to put a large drop of blood on the card that's in here. Here it is. It's a tiny little card. Don't lose it. And it says to fully soak that little circle with a lot of blood. And here are the pinprick devices. You can see them in here. They're just like if you have ever done a glucose test or a ketone test. Now you have to wash your hands before you do this. Oh, maybe that's, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. It was spring-loaded. Oh, that's a lot of blood that you're gonna have to put on here. I think that was actually a pretty powerful little prick. In the picture, it has it going right up to the edge. So I'm just gonna do like more rather than less. I'm gonna say that's enough blood. And all I'm gonna have to do is send it back, and it says less than 2 weeks. I'm supposed to know the answer. There you go. And we're done. Hi, I just got an email that said that the True Diagnostic report is in. They have my results. I've been tracking it because they tell you when the sample arrives and they say they're analyzing it. So it's in. So let's check the email. TruAge report, 43. 43 is the omic age, and my chronological age is 54, okay? And this is the way they test your biomarkers. It's a methylated DNA test. That's awesome. Okay, your omic age is lower than your calendar age by 10.7 years. Okay, that's good start. Your omic age is lower than 81% of other 54-year-old females. Put these on, my TruAge here. Okay, that's weird. All these symphony age tests have higher numbers. 51 blood, 56 brain, that's the highest one. No, liver is also high, lung is high. All these specific markers seem very high. So I'm gonna have to figure out why, and then my biological age is low. Okay, doomed in pace of aging, you're aging slowly. Each year that passes, your body will biologically age at 0.78 years. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so that means if I can get to 78, I could get to 100, right? Because I'm at 78, yes. That's what that means. And then I guess if I could get to 100, I can almost get to 120 or 118. I have to do the math on that. And it says a pace greater than 1 has been associated with a 56% increased risk of death and a 54% increased risk of chronic disease. So, okay, you don't want it more than 1. I have it lower than 1. Top aging interventions. All right, now they're giving me examples of what I could do. Spermidine, that's an longevity pill that's gotten notoriety lately. I wonder if these are for everybody though. Now what? I feel like this is pretty generalized because then it's saying NMN, which is NAD, which I take every day in the morning in a shot. There's quercetin, that's very good for inflammation, pretty basic though, and vitamin D3 and K2. I have a feeling they're telling everyone this. Green Mediterranean diet, cruciferous vegetables, protein intake, prebiotic and fermented foods, all right? Caloric restriction, of course, intermittent fasting or any kind of fasting we know is good for aging. HIIT, strength training, all right, this is pretty basic, I mean, pretty general. 43.3 is my biological age, which should be great, but then I have the Symphony Age test saying that all my organs are aging faster. So the Symphony Age test is from Yale. Instead of giving you just one number, they're saying it looks like it looks at multiple organs, which is what we saw. So how it works, this is also using blood biomarkers, machine learning, to estimate the age of my systems. So I really do not like this. They're saying that the omic is your overall biological age, so that's the first score, which is good. That's the one that's good, the 43.3. And then they're saying which parts of your body, they're trying to tell you which parts are aging faster by doing it organ by organ, but it looked like a lot of mine were over the 54. So I guess they weren't all, they were like slightly lower, so that's what some of them are. But I don't understand how I got so low down to 43. Anyway, doesn't matter, we're gonna dive into it deeper. This is a good starting point. I like having my initial number at 43. I like seeing my telomere years as being 47. And I like knowing, I guess, where I stand on all the blood biomarkers. Now, I did just see online that you're supposed to send your test in on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday because of the travel time. I sent it in on a Friday. I did notice when they were sending me the email updates that it had sat there for 10 days before they tested the blood. So maybe the blood was compromised a little bit, and that's why some of the blood biomarkers are coming back, well, wonky considering the biological age from the omic score. So we'll have to just do it again in a few months. And instead of waiting 6 months, I guess I will do it in 2 or 3 months, and then we'll see where it's at. But it's pretty cool to have the measured numbers and to start here. And here we go, on to the next.